The Senate hearing room was quiet, until Karoline Leavitt and Alexandria Ocasio. Cortez's eyes met. In that moment, what would have been a routine hearing on energy subsidies became a showdown for the ages that would captivate the country. Aoc, impassioned and unflinching, didn't hesitate. With her signature energy, she gave an incendiary speech on fossil fuel favoritism and climate injustice. Then, in an exchange meant to hurt, she issued a biting insult to millions viewing live. She called Karoline a joke. The room gasped. Reporters whispered. What started out as policy speak had now turned into a standoff of wills, a battle of ideas in the harshest glare of attention. But Karoline didn't bat an eye, cool and calm. She pushed up her glasses, nodded at AOC's fervor, and then turned the tables. Passion, she reminded the chamber, is not enough. The American people require results. They require facts. They require solutions that function. With precision surgical. Karoline unfolded a folder full of voting records and reports. One at a time, she set out her record for union jobs, for energy independence, and policies that had brought actual results to working families. Piece by piece, she took apart AOC's narrative, uncovering the secret prices of grand progressive policies, lost jobs, increased energy prices, and hurting families left behind. And then the thunderclap. Karoline leaned forward and spoke the line that brought the chamber to an icy halt. Ma'am, I may be your joke, but your politics are America's slow death. There was silence. All eyes were on AOC as Karoline presented the facts. Her opposition to bills creating jobs. Her stand against energy solutions that could have benefited her own district directly. The comparison was stark. AOC's drama versus Karoline's facts. Cameras captured every hesitation on AOC's face as the momentum turned. Outside of the chamber, the response was immediate. Social media blew up. Hashtags such as #TruthOverTheatrics and #Karoline Leavitt Victory trended to the top. Millions replayed the moment, hailing Karoline's composure, her bravery, and her composed authority. Conservative pundits cheered. Independents, sick of partisan drama, approved. Grassroots organizations adopted the momentum, demanding accountability, transparency, and real-world solutions. While AOC's people rushed to do damage control, but the tide had already turned, Karoline had finally given voice to Americans' struggles, piercing the din of political posturing for many Americans. This was not a viral moment. It was a cultural flashpoint. Town halls, churches, and community meetings rang with Karoline's words, not slogans, but conversations about jobs, energy, and results. Lawmakers who had been afraid to cross party lines suddenly had the courage. New bipartisan coalitions started forming quietly, bound together by substance and not spectacle. And along the way, Karoline remained grounded. Her silver cross around her neck and press badge weren't stage props. They were reminders of her faith and service. She reminded everyone, this wasn't her victory. It was a victory for millions of forgotten Americans. Factory workers, small business owners, and families bearing the weight of broken promises. What occurred in that room created a stark line: leadership as performance, or leadership as service. Vapid rhetoric, or actual results. Pundits spun. Voters asked for more. Karoline's words reverberated far beyond the nation's capital. Leadership is not about seeking applause. It is about getting things done for the American people. This battle isn't mine. It is for every American who cares about truth, fairness, and the promise of our nation. Her comment became a battle cry. Citizens recited it in town squares, rallies, and at family gatherings. Gradually but unmistakably, the direction of the national debate started to turn, away from theater and back towards service, away from spectacle and back towards solutions. What started as a jab ended as a cultural moment. Karoline Leavitt had done more than stand her ground. She had shown the cracks in AOC's armor and ignited a movement calling for courage, conviction, and clarity in leadership. And in that Senate room, Karoline demonstrated something irrefutable. She wasn't just prepared for the battle. She was prepared to lead.